We all live and breathe. Even though we're not conscious of it, we're constantly breathing in and out. But sometimes you also need to breathe consciously. Breathe in a little happiness with every breath you inhale. Let out a sadness with each breath you exhale. Inhale a bright energy and exhale the dark energy. It's the start of a new week, so are you ready to inhale only good things today? Let's kick off today's hour on Radio Clock with Of Coco's 원해, Want featuring Cue the Trumpet.
도시의 밤에 모두 가려진 까맣고 반짝이던 그때 매일 내 그림자 따라와 나에게 말을 걸어줘 가로등 불빛에 가려져 날이 새는지도 나는 몰랐네 그대의 사랑에 잠들어 버렸어 난 구름 사이에 놓은 듯해 Oh baby baby I want to touch your sky 어서 내게 다가와 입을 맞춰줘요 Oh baby baby I want to take you high 어서 내게 다가와 귓가에 속삭여 All I do baby All I do baby All I do baby I want to hold you in tonight All I do baby All I do baby All I do baby I want to hold you in tonight 호기심이 가득한 그대의 눈동자 내 나를 비추던 기억을 담아서 아무도 찾지 못하게 간직해줘요 그대의 사랑에 또 잠이 들어요 Tell me how do you feel 궁금해지는 듯한 그대의 하루가 나에게 늘 미쳐 시들시들해 반복돼 지루해 내 일상의 행복을 그대는 불어넣죠 커튼 사이로 비치는 뒷모습에 나도 모르게 따라가게 되겠죠 문틈 사이로 들어온 빛을 따라 나도 모르게 따라가게 되겠죠 Oh baby baby I want to touch your sky 어서 내게 다가와 입을 맞춰줘요 Oh baby baby I want to take you high 어서 내게 다가와 귓가에 속삭여 All I do baby All I do baby All I do baby I want to hold you in tonight All I do baby All I do baby All I do baby I want to hold you in tonight All I do baby All I do baby All I do baby I want to hold you in tonight All I do baby All I do baby All I do baby I want to hold you in tonight 호기심이 가득한 그대의 눈동자 내 나를 비추던 기억을 담아서 아무도 찾지 못하게 간직해줘요 그대의 사랑에 또 잠이 들어요
Would you like a cup of tea? This is Tea Time Monday. Welcome back to another Tea Time Monday. I know you guys are all having a busy Monday, but we can all set aside some time for a cup of tea, right? So we have a guest joining us today, and last week we talked about physical health, spine, having a good posture, and today we're going to talk about skin health. Yeah, so we're gonna learn from our skin beauty. Yes, beauty expert. We have beauty creator EuniUnni in the studio. Welcome.
Yay! Thank you so
Hi.
much.
Please introduce yourself to our listeners, please.
Okay, I'm just kind of awed by my face right now on live. But hello, everyone. My name is EuniUnni. You can call me Eunice. I mostly share my passion for Korean skincare, and I share my life in Korea with my husband Derek. Yes, with my husband Derek.
Shout out to Derek.
Shout out to my hubby Derek. Yeah. So I'm
Oh.
really excited to be here today and to finally meet you because I'm a subscriber to your channel.
Thank you so
and-
much. I know we
Yeah.
have a few mutual friends. She has worked with our little Miss Pretty Little Iris.
She's the one who invited me today, so I'm
Yes.
grateful.
She was supposed to come today, but she ditched us. So, Iris, I'll see you tomorrow, but we're sad because you didn't come. But anyways, she also knows Subini. Yeah, so she's also a guest on our show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every Fridays. So it's exciting.
I know. I really wanted to meet you, so it's kind of surreal, like to be able to see you. I'm really glad that I got to meet you in person.
Thank you. Likewise. I'm excited to talk to you today.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about skincare and just all about wellness and everything. So I'm excited too.
Okay, I have a lot of personal questions too, so I hope you'll solve my curiosity a little bit. Wait, so we got to start with what tea we chose. What tea did you pick today?
That was a hard choice for me. But I love tea. I'm a huge coffee lover, but
Oh.
it gets me kind of nauseous. I don't know. I
What?
think I have a
Coffee
weak,
does?
Yeah, I think I have a weak stomach.
How many cups of coffee do you drink
Just
that makes you
one.
nauseous?
Just
Really?
one. But I'm a granny. I think my tummy can't handle it, so I really love tea. Today I got pomegranate and something.
Oh,
But
pomegranate and
cranberry?
Cranberry.
Oh.
Okay, very healthy.
Yeah.
I got some clementine tea. Yeah, clementine tea. So I'll be enjoying it for the next hour. Are you from the States?
I'm actually from the States. I was born in Korea and I moved to the States in second year of elementary school because of my dad's job. And I went to junior high school there, and then I came back for college. So
wow.
I spent most of my adulthood here in Korea, but my childhood mostly was spent in the States.
So are you more comfortable with English or Korean?
You know what? I think I'm definitely more comfortable with both, like everyday languages, but especially with like reading and things like that, English is much better.
Same.
yeah.
I don't know a lot of difficult vocabulary in Korean. Like when I'm
Especially-
watching the news, I'm like,
Me too.
Say
I mean, in English too, I'm
yeah,
still like,
same. Yeah, both languages are like, just like junior high school, high school
too.
level.
the keywords, I'm like, oh, I get that.
yeah. Oh wow. So your
Yeah.
husband's also Korean American?
Actually, he lived in Chicago for about a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
So we have certain memories that we can relate. Like he loves so many of the rap music that I grew up with, like the songs that I used to love. So I think that's one of the things that we really connected. But he's more Korean, I would say.
I see. Wait, what are some of your favorite, you guys' favorite hip hop artists that you grew up with?
I definitely grew up with watching BET and MTV after school. That was like the only thing that I did. I didn't do my homework. I just did that. Like P Diddy, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was that was like my jam back in the days. J Lo, you know.
Oh yes.
Ja
Jenny from
Rule.
the block.
So
okay.
oldie but goodie.
Oldie but goodie, for
yeah.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you start your YouTube channel?
You know what? I had to actually, when I saw the questions for the interview today, I had to go back and check because it's been such a long time. I started in 2016, so it's been 7 days. 7 years.
7 days.
7 days, I'm sorry.
7 years.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So your YouTube channel is also EuniUnni?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a funny thing too. For like 5 days, I was wondering like, what should I name my channel? You know, should it be Eunice Cho? Should it be like Eunice the Great? I don't know, whatever it is, or like something related to beauty. But I just wanted to kind of come meet my subscribers as like a onni that lives in Korea that can introduce like, oh, there we go, introduce like not just skincare but my life in Korea and just everything. So that I chose it as EuniUnni and I don't regret it. I think it was a perfect choice for me.
Ah, I love it. EuniUnni. And it also rhymes, you know?
EuniUnni.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It says that you cover beauty,
Yeah.
lifestyle, travel, etc., but you mostly focus on beauty, right?
Exactly, especially skincare. I don't really talk much about makeup, but skincare.
Skincare.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get into K-beauty and skincare?
You know what's so interesting is I have a background of the first like dream that I ever had in my life was actually to become an actress in Korea.
Oh.
So I started taking like acting lessons. But that was when I first came to Korea and right afterwards. So my pronunciation was horrible. Like I was an MTV VJ before too. So I would get like yelled at because my Korean pronunciation was so horrible. That's why I started taking acting classes. And that just became like my dream. It was just so fun. And I would be like in that moment, I was like, oh, I think I want to do this the rest of my life. And then it transitioned from, remember like back in the days where 21,
Yes.
like, excuse me, 21 shide, like 21 era.
Yeah.
That was when a lot of actresses or rookie actresses started becoming or training for becoming a girl group first and then started acting. So I got an offer that I can actually become a trainee first and then after I can do acting.
Oh, wow.
So I started becoming a trainee for like an idol group, but I was already like 26. But I really loved hip hop and rap. So that was like one of the things that I was doing in that group. And that kind of transitioned that from there. And then after I really wanted to debut, but I couldn't, I actually got a surgery on my ankle.
Oh no.
Yeah, my ligament
from
surgery.
Like dancing?
Actually, it wasn't from dancing, but I got a little bump, like a water bump that we didn't know why we got it. And afterwards, like we just couldn't recover, and my ligaments were very like enlarged.
Oh no.
So like they had to, like sew it back up, make it tighter and stuff like that. So after that, I actually quit everything, and then I wanted to do something that I can speak English and be in front of the camera. And I was very lucky to actually become a host for Wish Trend TV.
Oh, that's where you met Iris, right?
Yeah, that's where I met Iris. And I loved it because I can talk about skincare, I can talk about beauty, and I could be in front of the camera and I was speaking English. So I was like, oh, maybe I was meant to do this. So I'm really grateful for all of the steps that I had in the previous years in my journey.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
before you started at Wish Trend, were you like interested at all in K-beauty or,
The thing is, I was never really interested too much in like makeup and stuff like that, but I had adult acne. Like ever since I was 25 and I took medication, I went to so many different like dermatologists and it was very, very traumatizing for me, like mentally too, because as a young kid, I always had like really good skin. I never had to deal with acne. But as I grew up at the age of 26, I started having it. I still have it now. I have acne prone skin. So if I don't take care of it, you can really see my breakouts right off the bat. So that's actually why I had this interest in skincare though. And when I got to start talking about it more on Wish Trend TV, that Wish company, I loved it so much.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think a lot of people who start beauty YouTube or
Yeah.
beauty content, they have experienced similar, I guess like issues or problems with their skin, so they kind of dig in and
For
then
sure.
they get into it and they
For
start
sure.
it. Oh
Yeah.
wow. What do you think? Was it just like all of a sudden one day it just happens, or because you mentioned that you started kind of training around that age, so
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was like stress or environmental changes.
Definitely related because
Yeah.
our the place that we had to work at was actually below floor B1.
A
And I
basement.
remember, yeah, it was the basement. So I remember it was very dirty. Like
Ugh.
we had to clean every day, but it still had like dust and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now I look back and 110%, I think it was related to everything. Like first of all, stress and the environment. And I think just the way that maybe my anxiety too, because I think I was always like, oh my gosh, I had a lot of thoughts in my head because I was already so like old as a trainee for a girl group. So I think I had a lot of stress and just everything combined. But now I'm really grateful because now I've experienced acne, so now I can relate to so many of my subscribers. And when I see comments like that saying, "Oh my gosh, your tips were very helpful," or like it was really realistic, and
Yeah.
I tried your recommendations, it really helped. I think those things just keep me going, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have almost 300K subscribers now, but when it started,
Yeah.
how was it like how were you inspired and what motivated you to make content and where did you get your ideas?
You know what's so funny? I didn't want to open my personal channel.
Oh,
It's
so
so
you
funny.
just wanted to work on Wistrand's channel?
I just wanted to be a host, a MC on Wishtrend TV, but they were like, "Hey, you're doing a great job. Why don't you open your own channel?" I was like, "Nope, I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do that." They were like, "Come on, just try it." And then I started getting the camera. I started, like trying it out. And basically, towards the end, it didn't do really well, my channel. So they're like, "It's okay. Let's just go back to Wishtrend TV. Do what you gotta do, do what you do really well." But afterwards, because when I'm working for Wishtrend TV, I can only promote the products that's on their site. I was like, "Oh, I want to talk about this other product that I really love." And I can just be myself, and all the background of like kind of acting and being those things that I wanted to portray through camera, and I couldn't. On my channel, I started like doing little skits in and I had so much fun. So my weekdays, it would be just work, 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 and then weekends I would come back home and I would just like film and talk about the products that I really liked, or I would add a little skits in between. So I started really enjoying it.
Oh, wait, so YouTube wasn't your full-time job?
It wasn't.
What were you doing?
I was actually a full-time worker for Wishtrend TV as a social media manager, as a marketer for the global team, and a producer for Wishtrend TV.
Oh, wow. So was it like a 9 to 5 job?
It was like a
I
full-time
see.
job.
Are you still doing that now?
I think about 3 or 2 years ago, I came out. I'm still a host for Wishtrend TV, and we have such a good partnership. But now it's just I have my own channel, and this is my number one priority. And I have my own business now for this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like what kind of business?
Just my YouTube channel, my contents team.
Like your own company?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
The
impressive.
사업자계정,
Yeah,
like the
You
legal.
opened up like your business account. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know when people think of skincare, they might just think of, products for face, but you actually talk about everything from like your scalp
Yeah.
to your body. I heard you focus a lot on that too.
For sure.
So do you try and experiment with all the products before you introduce them? Because I know there are hundreds and hundreds of
Yeah.
products and brands.
Yeah.
How do you narrow it down?
It's really challenging. And first of all, I have sensitive skin and reactive skin. So if I like touch my face right now, that's gonna turn red right off the bat. And I have acne prone skin. And on top of that, I have oily T-zone and I have dry U-zone. So I have all of these different skin concerns. So it's difficult for me, to be honest, to try out and test out a lot of different products. So it does take a while for me to test one new product and then move on to the next and things like that. And that's why I think it's kind of sad to admit, but my skin has become a bit thinner and more sensitive after I had taken on this job. But it's something like, it's a struggle that I have to deal with all the time. But I'm grateful because I think I get to have different conditions and I get to kind of understand where my subscribers the concerns will be coming from. So I get to learn a lot and I get to find really good products that can help to recover that as well. Yeah, but it's definitely challenging.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So you're
Yeah.
kind of like, I guess, sacrificing your skin for the job.
Kind of.
For your subscribers. You're trying all the products so they wouldn't have to go through, trial
Yeah.
and error.
Yeah, and I don't want to admit this, but I'm a hoarder. Like I love skincare,
Same.
right?
I have so many.
It's bad. Mentally, I think it's at a point where I need a little bit of help, but I love skincare. And I say like, oh, it's related to my work, but I see myself like at Olive Young, I'm just there.
Constantly shopping.
Constantly. There's no reason for me to be there, but I'm always checking out new products.
Yeah.
I think it definitely gives me a bit of joy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're here in the studio with EuniUnni today. We're going to ask her some more questions after we come back from a song break. This is Yura on the track with My.
어젯밤 두꺼운 외투에 어설프게 부르던 내 노래들과 항상 웃게 하던 서두른 질투가 언제 가실테요 불안한 행복 속에 억울한 밤이 끝나가나요 참 예쁘던 소리 하얀 눈들과 사랑에 빠지기 좋은 향기와 그건 없지 않던 우리의 꿈까지 My love, my dream, my man, my hope. My love, my dream, my man, my hope. My love, my dream, my man, my hope. My love, my dream, my man, my 뭉켜놓은 배수구들과 어지럽게 버려놓은 내 옷가지와 벗어나기 싫은 따뜻한 우리 집도 영원하긴 않아요 불안한 행복 속에 기억을 어루만지며 사네 참 예쁘던 우리의 어린 날들과 잊혀져 가던 나의 고향과 그건 없지 않던 우리의 꿈까지 My love, my dream, my man, my hope. My love, my dream, my man, my hope. My love, my dream, my man, my hope. My love, my dream, my man, my
Today's Tea Time Monday guest is a skincare beauty creator, 유니언니, in the studio. Since you have made skincare content for so long now, and like you said, you experiment with different products, you also study, right? Products and certain formulas, etc. Because there are a lot of different ingredients and formulas that go into skincare that affects and can help certain troubles that you're having. So we just have some kind of myths that we want you to correct for us and tell us. So it's like a true or false. So the first one is if you do one sheet mask or one pack a day, you don't have to go to the dermatologist. Is that true or false?
Definitely. Can I do like truth and false?
I guess like in the middle.
In the middle?
Okay.
I think both.
Okay.
Because, I mean, when you go to the dermatologist, I think overseas, it's something like when you're having specific concerns
Right.
of things like what's going on. I have eczema or I have like atopic skin or something going on. But in Korea, it's so easy to go to a dermatologist. It's much cheaper. You see so many, you step out and you just see 5 like right off the bat and it's more accessible and I feel like it's much more affordable for us. So definitely we can go just as like a maintenance, like for us to go every week or every other week to really just kind of keep your condition good.
Yeah.
But oftentimes I remember when I used to live in the States, like I've never ever been to a hospital, including the dermatologist, right?
They're like, what?
it's
You're
expensive.
indigested? Just take
just-
this medicine.
Exactly.
You know, like you want to go to the hospital for your skin?
What?
Like, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
like I mean, it's hard to have good insurance and everything, just realistic reasons. So yeah, I think it's definitely half and half. And a lot of Korean celebrities, they say that their little beauty tip is actually doing a sheet mask every single day. And I know it can get really annoying, but I feel like if you choose the right ones that mainly focuses on calming or hydration, it's such a good like habit to actually encounter in your life because
Yeah.
one sheet mask a day will keep the dermatologist away. Don't quote me on that. But like I think it will definitely help. Yeah,
Yeah.
in certain levels for to keep your skin a little bit healthier.
I do it every other day because I still have to use my skincare products.
Yeah.
If I use the sheet mask every day, it would take me forever to like clean out my products. So every other day. And I think when people think of dermatologists, they think of very like high tech procedures like getting lasers
Yeah.
or whatever. But I think it's different because people got dermatologists. There's like two different branches or two different kinds, I guess. One where you go when you actually have like a cyst or
Yeah.
like something that needs to be treated. And I think the one we're talking about is closer to estheticians or like
Yeah.
skincare
Clinics,
places.
yeah.
Where you just cleanse your face, pop your pimples if you have one, and just kind of moisturize.
Right,
And
right.
I love those. It's so healing.
So healing. And I remember last time we went to a very affordable one and I ate a Shake Shack right beforehand.
Wow.
But that was the whole set, or it doesn't have, Shake Shack doesn't have sets. So the burger and the fries and the Coke was more expensive than compared to the facial I had. So in Korea,
Whoa.
when in Korea, you gotta get them
Yes.
facials.
Super affordable.
Yeah.
The next one is in order to hydrate your face, you have to do the 7-step toner routine.
Ooh.
True or false?
So this was like a huge. There are certain keywords that became so big on YouTube or on social media, especially with K beauty. I remember one was the 7 skin method.
Yeah.
And then the other one was like glass skin, which is still very big. And the trend actually became more like you don't have to do it like 7 times, And I'm definitely about layering, and I would love to recommend that you should do it maybe even once or twice or even 3 times. But I think it depends on the toner, but certain products, it's not going to be able to soak in more after like your 4th and 5th, 6th layer. It's going to be literally just kind of sitting on top of your skin. But it depends on your skin condition, your skin type, and of course, like exactly what kind of product you're using. But I don't think you have to go to the 7th one, Definitely 2, 3 layers is plenty enough, I think.
That's what you do?
I do, especially with watery textured like toners. If the essence or toner is a little bit milky or viscous, I just go straight to my serum afterwards. But if it's super watery, I love doing 2 to 3 layers. I feel like that makes a huge difference, especially if you have dehydrated or dry skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one is expensive product means excellent results.
This one was really hard for me to say too. So it's truth and false, I think. Definitely one of the best things about K-beauty is too, and I'm sure that you agree with me. There's so many good affordable products that has really good formulation, so we don't have to buy a very expensive product. But skincare is so personal. For me, like I don't like too much fragrance in my skincare products, but when I talk to my other friends, they have to have fragrance. Like they can't stand a very natural kind of scent. They do want something that may please their, nose and stuff like that. So I think personally for me, you don't need an expensive product, but the reason why a product is a little bit expensive, maybe the whole experience, maybe it's the beautiful packaging. Like when you open something, this is like bougie. Like, this is nice,
Yes.
Like, we can't say a brand's name, huh? But like an expensive product, you're like, oh, shoot. The whole experience is just so nice from beginning to the end. Or maybe you're like, maybe I'll get something that's like, 3 times cheaper, but it has very similar formula and ingredients. And that's totally fine as well. So, and one of the best things about K-beauty is that you have a lot of good products with a really good price point. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one is it's good to mix different brands when doing skincare.
So this was kind of tricky too for me to answer. I feel like it's totally fine for you to mix different brands. I think some people might love using like maybe same like products from the same line. For example, like from the Sika line, they want to use the toner, serum, cream. But I actually feel like because we have such a different we have different skin, we have different skin conditions. So for me, I don't think I've ever used like the same brand, the same lines in the whole routine. It's basically I use this from a different brand, I use serum from a different brand, I use this cream from a different brand. It depends more on the product itself. I don't think I focus more on the line.
Ah, the brand. Okay, okay. There is a way to prevent hair loss.
Definitely. So this is gonna be a little bit of a TMI, but my family, like it's handed down. My grandpa was kind of bald. My mom, I can tell that she's balding a lot here. My husband too. My father-in-law, my 시아버님 is bald, and my great 시아버님 and the grandpa was bald too. So it's being handed down. So my husband and I are very like geeks when it comes to hair loss prevention. We're all about that. I mean, my husband has tried taking medications before. I've done everything before except for the step of actually like implanting the hair. But I feel like number one is prevention. And if it's in your like genes, you got to be extra careful a bit. And these days, there's so many great products to prevent them, you know. I love using actually, in Korea, we say hair tonic, but it's like a hair essence or a serum. And our actually very fun fact is that our scalp ages 6 times faster than our face skin.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we don't apply sunscreen here.
No.
And this is like the spot that hits our sun right
Oh
off
my
the bat,
god,
right?
I remember I forgot to apply sunscreen when I went to Saipan, and this line just got burnt. It was red and it started peeling. And it looked like I had dandruff, and it went on for a really long time. I was like, ever since then, I always spray the sunscreen.
Yeah.
Always.
It's very important. And then this, our scalp, the absorption rate, the rate that it absorbs like products in or whatever in is much, much faster and better compared to your skin.
So that means if I use a bad quality product, it's gonna absorb all that in even more.
But you can think of it like that, but you could use a good shampoo afterwards to clean it out. But
Yeah.
I still think if you wear some care products on the scalp, it's still very, very good. And also if you use the hair tonics and like hair serums, it will be very good for hair loss prevention, I think. That's one of the things that I feel like everybody should just kind of add it in. Like no questions asked, just like let's add it in, you know?
Is there something you don't do as a way to prevent or be careful?
I started playing golf. I love playing golf. I suck at it, but I love the environment. I honestly, sometimes when I'm golfing, I'm like, I think this is what heaven's gonna be kind of like. Like it's so beautiful, like just the
know.
scenery.
I just want to go to just enjoy nature
and to
enjoy,
eat, right?
Yes,
and to
fresh
drink
air.
and makgeolli in between and stuff like that. Me too. I'm all about that. I'm not like really into practicing or being good at it. But one thing is because you're out in the field for like 5 to 6 hours and you're just, this part is like hitting the spot right here, right? So what, if I wear a visor, what I would do is I would go like this. And I always like, it's my little tip, but I always do it like this way. So you know how you say you got a sunburn right down the line?
Yeah.
I always move it around.
Just put it up.
And I try my best to wear, I brought it today. Can I show you?
Yes. What did you bring?
Just little things, but I brought a little.
Is that what you wear when golfing?
Yeah, like when I'm golfing, I wear visors and stuff. But even in my daily routine, like when I go to the market or whatever, I always wear like a big hat too. I don't want to kill my
No
volume right now,
sun.
but yeah.
Oh my god. And then there's me. I was at a park yesterday and I was just like this looking at the sun because I wanted to feel the sunshine on my face and the warmth. I was like this. I did wear sunscreen, but I was like, okay, tan me, make me tanned. But they're two different people.
You know what though? I have vitamin D deficiency, so
You need sun.
I need both. I need both, right?
Wait, but also I heard the myth that if you wear hats too often, that's
Yeah.
also not good for hair loss. Is that true?
For sure, if it's like you wear it too often and maybe like you don't like wash it too often, it's dirty and you're like covering that area and making it suffocated for a long period of time.
Uh-huh.
So you know how someone that wears a hat every single day, maybe it's
Yeah.
much better for them to kind of not wear it every other day and things like that. But usually I think if you do always clean, shampoo really well, use all the products, I think it'll be fine. And one other thing that I always do is to dry my hair fully before I go to sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask about that.
Yeah. What about you?
What?
Because you have like bleached hair. Is it hard to take care of it a lot? Your hair and
yeah,
scalp?
my hair is very damaged. But I do scalp masks
Mm-hmm.
and I do scalp essence. So after I towel dry, I will, put some scalp essence, and I'll like massage it in,
Yeah.
and then I'll try to. I won't dry the bottom of the hair, but the scalp I'll make sure to dry completely. Dang it! I had a question. I forgot.
Okay. It'll come back to you.
Something about the scalp. Oh, you know how some girls, we go like 5 days without washing our hair sometimes? Not
Yeah.
saying that it's me. I mean, sometimes I do, but we have dry shampoo. And,
Yeah.
when we have damaged hair, we don't want to wash our hair too
Yeah.
often because it gets dried out.
For sure.
But that's also building a lot of residue up on the scalp too, right?
Yeah, this is like a little bit tricky. I know that I know in Korea we wash our hair much more often, but in the States
Then like
I
people
think
in Europe and like the States.
and they wash it a little bit less. I think the reason is because since we have like black hair, when it's like oily, it shows. Like it looks cakey kind of.
yeah,
but I
yeah.
remember when I used to have blonde or bleached hair, it didn't really show
Right.
much. It wouldn't get oily as much like as easily. So I think that may be some of the differences. Like you could just use a dry shampoo and pull it off for like 2-3 days. In Korea, I think now that I have like black hair, it shows. Even if I use like dry shampoo, I think on my third day it really just shows. So I think those things it really depends. Especially with scalp too, I feel like if someone is having concerns of, like buildups building up and things like that, I feel like it's much better for you to shampoo it as much as you can. Not too often, but once a day, especially if you have like dandruff concerns and things like that. It's really good to use a shampoo that specifically targets that and to use it every single day. Especially if you have oily scalp too, I think.
Oily scalp. Yeah, because that also affects your skin as well, right? That can cause you to break out more, right?
Like for me, I personally think you can't really feel that, but now that I'm getting more into scalp care, everything is kind of connected. I
Yeah.
feel like if you take well care of this part, of course, if you don't, you're gonna have like excessive sebum coming from here, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that affect maybe some area in your
Yeah.
skin too? So overall, I think as I get older, because I'm hitting like 37 now, 8. So like I feel it. Everything's connected. The things that I eat, I know why now adults say like, eat healthy and
Yeah.
like don't drink, don't smoke. Like there's a reason, I think. And when you have that like right routine, really you feel it in your body. But I think you might be too young to be able to feel it in your body.
No, I feel it.
You
I
feel it?
I think after my first digit changed to 3, I feel everything. I feel it.
I did not know your digit was 3, but okay,
yeah.
okay.
All right, let's take a song break. This is Peter Pan Complex's Chok Chok Moist featuring Yojo.
That's cute.
할 말이 있어 자꾸 내 앞에서 제발 좀 웃지 마 사람 설레게 왜 이래 장난처럼 우리 둘이 사귈까 이런 말도 하지 마요 떨리게 하지 말아요 어차피 나는 지금 그 사람과 헤어질 것도 아닐 거잖아 넌 내가 피부 일부러 스친 걸 넌 눈치챈 거야 흔들거리는 내 눈빛 우린 아까부터 너무 가깝잖아 뜨거운 질초 그럼 내가 먼저 선을 넘어볼까 촉촉 몰래 몰래 촉촉한 입술 이 순간 열리는 건 네 눈빛 몰래 몰래 촉촉 몰래 몰래 촉촉한 입술 이 순간 느끼는 건 네 눈빛 몰래 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 촉촉한 입술 이 순간 느끼는 건 네 눈빛 몰래 몰래 촉촉 몰래 몰래 촉촉한 입술 이 순간 느끼는 건 네 눈빛 몰래 몰래
You're now listening to and watching Radio Clock on both ARIRANG Radio and TV. Radio Clock, time to watch radio. We have a question for you from Tigger, who says, Hey Ash and EuniUnni, how are you? I don't know if you will have an answer or not, but I tend to have more of a oily skin type. Is there products or ingredients you would recommend to alter my skin type or at least slow the oil production? Also, what would you recommend for alligator skin, dry and scaly feet? Thank you and have a great day.
Ooh, that's a good one. What was it? Not tiger. Was
Tigger.
It Tigger. That's so cute. Hi, Tigger. Thank you so much for the question. You said that you have oily skin concerns first, right, for your face. I would say I have really, really oily T-zone as well, and it gets oilier and oilier as time goes by. One of the things that I would definitely focus on is using a product with BHA. There are so many good formulated products these days. I can't say like the brand's names and stuff, but there's a lot of good toners and good lines that focus with BHA. Plus, there's like pore care lines specifically. So I think if you mostly likely have oily skin, then you do have probably pore concerns. So those things that I would be looking for. And a lot of people, since their skin is oily, they feel like they shouldn't use oils or they don't need to hydrate it too much, you know, and they don't want to use like thicker textures or
yeah.
things like that or high oil content. But sometimes your skin becomes so oily because it's kind of dry. It sends the wrong signal to your brain saying like, we need to produce more oil, but it's just super dry maybe. So number one, what I would do is definitely use like a sheet mask, like hydrate your skin as much as you can because hydration, that can help with oiliness too. So that's one of the things that I would do. For your feet, I totally feel you. To be honest, I do get it like professionally done once every 6 weeks or like every 2 months because mine's really, really bad too. There's a lot of good products, but especially foot creams with urea as the main ingredient. And if you have certain percentage of urea, it really helps with exfoliation too, like to make your dead skin cells a little bit softer and stuff like that. So foot creams are really good. And sometimes I do a little DIY with just using really just affordable Vaseline, like slap it on and I would get like plastic
and wrap
then,
it. Go to sleep with it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know like I've heard something like you do a lot of lip care product before you go to sleep?
Yes, I
Yeah?
just slab on lip balm. That's my everyday routine for like 7 years or more. And I just wipe it off with wet wipe or like wet towel.
In
and
the
then,
morning?
Yeah, just get like really soft, plump lips. And so much easier to apply lip products.
Definitely. So
Yeah.
that's like the secret. But yeah, to your feet and lips, I think that's a really good tip.
Wow, that's a helpful answer. Shirin says, "Hi, I'm Shirin. I would like to know how I can make my skin look more hydrated and plump. I have a combination type of skin, like my nose region is mostly oily and my forehead is dry, then the rest of my face, making my foundation look creased on my forehead and nose region. And what type of face mask should I use for my skin?"
I think once again, because I can't say the names and stuff like that, I can't really recommend specific things. But I also have oily T-zone and dry U-zone. And one of the best tips that I've like discovered within the line of discovery is I use two different moisturizers for my T-zone and U-zone. Like it can't be perfectly divided, you know, like because
Yeah.
it's not like, you know, I have a line, but still I use something that helps with pore care and that has BHA for the T-zone. And for the U-zone, I use something that's much thicker. I realized like one day I woke up in the morning, I'm like, I did everything, 근데, but my skin looks so dull and like cakey and dry. So I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then I started just like slapping on thicker moisturizer all over my skin. And this part got really oily, but this part was beautiful. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to try to divide two moisturizers. And it gets a little bit annoying, but using the same toner, serum, but dividing your moisturizers for two specific parts, it has done so much wonders for my skin. So I want to highly recommend that. And I think when it comes to bases, it's really different. But in Korea, there's a lot of good cushions that gives you that glow, right? And sometimes if it doesn't, I just add a little bit of oil and I just add it to my dry areas like my forehead or this area. And it definitely helps before you apply your base makeup on, I think.
Oh, okay. I have a personal question. So I have so my T-zone is kind of oily, but like next to my nostrils, I guess this line, and also around my eyes, like the crow's feet area, they get really dry. So when I apply foundation, you can start to see the foundation getting stuck
Yeah.
between the lines, and then the next to the nose, it gets super dry, and then the makeup kind of
Same.
leaves my skin. It's like just floating
Yeah.
there. So how can I kind of prevent this or make it a little better?
For me, I haven't found like the magic tip for this combo because I still have, I feel you on that one. Like my laugh lines and here after, because for YouTube, because of your work, you probably wear makeup for a long period of
Yeah.
time. So I think the best way is to definitely retouch and just to make sure that you get that area kind of removed with the toner pad or like with cotton pads with a little bit of toner and then reapply. But definitely if you don't have milia prone skin, if you try maybe adding a little bit of oil or balm on the dry areas before applying, maybe it will help maybe for like an hour or two more.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Because
so-
they have a lot of those stick balm things these
These
days, right?
days,
So before makeup, just put that. Should I put that over my sunscreen or before my sunscreen?
Before your sunscreen.
Before my sunscreen.
Yeah.
But then what if I'm like applying the sunscreen and that gets everywhere?
Right, but what if you get a suntan?
Oh, that's true. Huh.
So
Okay.
sunscreen is like should be the last step.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. If you were stranded, I just thought of this question. If you were stranded on an island and you could only take 3 products, which products would you take?
Thank you for saying 3.
I
Everyone
know,
they're
I was
like
gonna say one, but
everybody says one. I'm like
that's unrealistic. I mean, if it's one, it
Exactly.
would be sunscreen, right?
no. You know, like next week I'm gonna do this talk where they're choosing. You have to choose between a bucket of ice that never melts plus a sunscreen or something like that.
Oh.
But I'm like, yo, like realistically, of course I would. I don't know
Choose
which one.
ice. You might
Right?
die.
You might die.
It's better than getting it's done.
And you're gonna be sad, you
Yeah.
know. But for this, I'm really grateful that you gave me 3. Definitely number 1 is sunscreen. I just feel like that's the number 1 thing. But these days, I feel like there's so many good sunscreens out there that people wanna add sunscreens. They want to reapply sunscreens, right? So that I think we can make it into a habit. I know like some celebrities came out and that they share their experience for their skin cancer too. They're like, please wear sunscreens and things like that. I'm really grateful that we're really like stepping it up and we're doing this. Another thing is I would love to take something with. I love this product. I can't really say it, but it has guaiazuline in it, which is actually an ingredient that is in the, you know that ointment that we have when we get cuts, like the badik.
Yes, kind of like Neosporin or like
yeah. The one that we have in every Korean household.
Yeah.
It has that like Sika ingredient,
Oh.
so it's so amazing for skin recovery. So if I get like damaged skin barrier, or if I get heat, I think I would like put a thick layer on top like that. And another one, I'm just a huge sucker for sheet masks. That's one of the things that I talk about a lot on my channel, and that's one of the videos that got the most views. I think like 2.3 million.
Whoa.
And I'm just like a huge advocate of like sheet masks. I think it's the most affordable way, but it really makes a difference if you start adding it into your routine. I know it can get annoying, but there's so many good ones out there that you can find the ones that you really like, and it could really change your skincare condition.
Do you always just keep it on for 15 to 20 minutes?
I think sometimes even shorter.
Really?
Like, you know the cheaper ones, it gets drier like
Ah,
faster.
yeah.
I don't mind. Like I just make it a habit of using it every single day. And a lot of people use it for night routine to calm your skin after a really long day of work and everything. But for me, sometimes when I have like time in the morning, I love using it for the morning because it kind of creates like an armor. Like it's like a warrior, you know. It creates these shields for you, so whatever you do throughout the whole day, even if you get sun or whatever, it will like kind of protect your skin, I feel like. So if you add that as a habit, I think it will be a huge difference for you.
Wow. Thank you for all these tips
Oh, no,
and advice.
I'm
and
so happy geeking out. I'm having so much fun.
I think I learned a lot, and I hope our listeners did too. If you are more interested and have more questions, make sure to check out EuniUnni's YouTube channel called
you.
EuniUnni. And it's time for us to say goodbye. So
No.
yeah, already.
No.
I know.
Actually, no.
She still has so much more to say, but yes, please check out her YouTube channel and her other work that she does on Wish Trend as well.
Yes.
Our last song for today is 잠수함 Submarine by Hoodie, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
문득 어디론가 떠나고 싶은 기분이 들어 너도 그래 마침 우린 이미 바다까지 왔어 더 이상 떠날 곳도 없네 Submarine Submarine 저기 노란 잠수함에 숨어볼까 아무도 날 찾지 못하게 하늘바람은 위에 두고 왔는데 나는 이제야 숨을 쉬네 두 눈이 마주쳐 서로 빛나고 바닷속 물고기와 인사하고서 밤인지 낮인지 또 모른 채 우주보다 더 알 수 없던 이곳